From dream to reality, motivation as the catalyst for triumph. Ever felt like you're drowning in motivational quotes but still can't get off the couch? You're not alone. Over 92% of New Year's resolutions fail by February, leaving most of us wondering if real transformation is even possible. I'm about to show you exactly why most motivation advice fails and what actually works instead. The truth about unlocking motivation for personal triumph isn't another peppy slogan. It's understanding the psychological mechanics that bridge the gap between what you dream about and what you actually do every day. What separates those rare individuals who transform motivation into achievement from the rest of us? The answer challenges everything you think you know about willpower, and it starts with something most motivation gurus never mention: understanding the power of dreams. How dreams fuel personal ambition. Dreams aren't just nighttime fantasies. They're the spark that ignites our deepest desires and pushes us beyond comfortable boundaries. When you have a vivid picture of what you want to achieve, your brain starts working overtime to make it happen. Ever notice how Olympic athletes talk about picturing themselves on the podium years before they get there? That's no coincidence. Your ambitions grow stronger when they're anchored to a dream that excites you at your core. Dreams give you something to chase when motivation wanes. On those days when getting out of bed feels impossible, it's your dream of building that business, writing that novel, or changing that policy that pulls you forward. The psychology behind visualization. Visualization works because your brain doesn't always distinguish between what you vividly imagine and what you actually experience. When you regularly picture yourself succeeding, you're essentially rehearsing for success. Athletes who mentally practice their routines activate many of the same neural pathways as when they physically perform. The same applies to you visualizing that presentation or difficult conversation. Your reticular activating system, RAS, the part of your brain that filters information, starts noticing opportunities aligned with your visualized goals. Suddenly, resources and connections appear that were there all along. Converting aspirations into actionable goals. Dreams without plans are just wishes. The magic happens when you break down those big, beautiful visions into bite-sized tasks you can tackle today. Start with your dream, then work backward. What needs to happen in the next year? What about the next month? What can you do this week? What single step can you take today? This isn't about overwhelming yourself with a massive to-do list. It's about creating a clear path from where you stand to where you want to be. The role of passion in sustained motivation. Passion is your fuel when the road gets rough. Without it, even the smartest goals eventually fizzle out. True passion doesn't mean you love every minute of the journey. Even people living their dreams face frustrating days. But passion gives you a reason to push through those moments when quitting seems easier. Your passion connects directly to your identity. It's not just what you do, but who you are. When your goals align with your core values and authentic self, motivation becomes less about discipline and more about expression. Motivation, the essential catalyst. Different types of motivation that drive success. Ever wonder why some people achieve amazing things while others stall? It all comes down to what drives them. Motivation isn't one size fits all. Intrinsic motivation springs from within. It's doing something because you genuinely love it. Writers who can't sleep until they've finished a chapter? That's intrinsic. Motivation at work. Extrinsic motivation comes from outside rewards, money, recognition, trophies. The sales rep crushing quotas for that Hawaii trip is running on extrinsic fuel. Fear-based motivation pushes you to avoid negative outcomes. Studying all night to avoid failing? Yep, that's fear driving you. Growth motivation centers on self-improvement. People addicted to learning new skills embody this type perfectly. Social motivation derives from our need for connection. Athletes often perform better with teammates counting on them. The most successful people tap into multiple motivation types. They love what they do, intrinsic, appreciate rewards, extrinsic, and want to keep improving, growth. Finding your personal motivation triggers. What gets you moving might leave someone else cold. That's why discovering your unique motivation triggers is crucial. Try this simple exercise. Think about times when you were completely absorbed in what you were doing. What elements were present? Was it competition, creation, Connection with others? Your motivation triggers might include visual progress, checking items off a list, public accountability, telling friends about your goals, meaningful purpose, connecting your work to values, competition, even with yourself, learning opportunities, financial rewards. Pay attention to when your energy naturally rises. Those moments reveal what truly drives you. Most people miss this. Motivation triggers. Change throughout life. What motivated you at 25 might not work at 40. Maintaining motivation during challenges. Motivation always fades. Always. That's not failure. It's human nature. The trick isn't staying motivated 24/7. It's building systems that carry you through when motivation disappears. Break massive goals into ridiculously small steps. Can't face writing a book? Just write one sentence. Can't hit the gym for an hour? Do 5 push-ups. Create a motivation emergency kit for tough days. Saved messages of encouragement. A playlist that fires you up. Photos of past achievements. A list of your why reasons. Surround yourself with the right people. Nothing kills motivation faster than negative influences. Find your cheerleaders. Remember this. Action often precedes motivation, not the other way around. Start small, and motivation will catch up. The science behind motivational momentum. Motivation operates like physical momentum. It's easier to keep moving than to start from zero. Your brain releases dopamine not just when you achieve something, but when you anticipate achievement. Scientists call this the reward prediction error. It's why making progress toward goals feels so good. The brain works on a use it or lose it principle. Neural pathways for motivation strengthen with regular use. That's why consistent action builds motivational muscle. Decision fatigue is real. Each choice depletes your willpower reserve. Smart achievers minimize unnecessary decisions to preserve motivational energy. Your body's physical state directly impacts motivation. Sleep deprivation drops motivation by up to 40%, while regular exercise boosts dopamine and increases motivation. Capacity. Creating sustainable motivation systems. Motivation systems beat motivation bursts every time. Design your environment for success. Want to exercise more? Sleep in your workout clothes. Need to write? Create a distraction-free space. Use habit stacking. Attach new habits to existing ones. Meditate right after brushing your teeth. Review goals while drinking morning coffee. Implement the 2-day rule. Never skip something important 2 days in a row. 1 missed day is a rest. 2 becomes a slide. Track your progress visually. Our brains love seeing advancement. Use apps, journals, or simple wall charts. Build regular reset points into your journey. Weekly reviews keep you aligned with your deeper motivations. The most sustainable system combines accountability, meaningful rewards, and connection to your core values. When motivation inevitably dips, your system carries you through. Breaking through barriers. Identifying common obstacles to achievement. Ever noticed how your biggest dreams seem to fade away over time? That's not a coincidence. The path from dreaming to doing is littered with roadblocks that stop most people cold. The first villain? Fear. Not just any fear. Fear of failure, rejection, or even success itself. I've seen brilliant people stay stuck for years because they couldn't face the possibility of falling short. Then there's the comparison trap. Social media makes this worse. You scroll through highlight reels while sitting in your messy living room, wondering why your progress looks nothing like theirs. Time management issues trip up even the most motivated souls. We all get the same 24 hours, but between work, family, and basic survival needs, your dream project gets pushed to someday. Perfectionism is another dream killer. Waiting until conditions are perfect means waiting forever. And let's talk about that voice in your head. The one that whispers, "Who do you think you are?" Right when you're about to take a leap. Self-doubt doesn't just visit occasionally. For many, it's a permanent roommate. Strategies for overcoming self-doubt. Self-doubt doesn't have to have the final word. The trick is recognizing it as a normal part of growth, not a stop sign. Start. Keeping an accomplishment journal. Write down every win, no matter how small. When doubt creeps in, flip through these pages as evidence of what you're capable of. Find your cheerleaders. Surround yourself with people who believe in you, especially when you don't believe in yourself. One encouraging text can pull you out of a doubt spiral. Challenge those thoughts directly. When your brain says, "You can't do this," respond with, "Based on what evidence?" Often, your fears have no real foundation. Take imperfect action daily. Nothing kills doubt faster than progress. Even tiny steps forward create momentum that drowns out the negative voices. Break down overwhelming goals into ridiculously small tasks, transforming failures into stepping stones. Failure isn't the opposite of success, it's part of it. The most successful people have usually failed more times than anyone else. Start by reframing how you see failure. Each setback contains valuable data if you're willing to look for it. Ask yourself, what worked? What didn't? What will I do differently next time? Document your failures alongside your successes. Notice patterns. Maybe you consistently underestimate how long projects take, or perhaps you need more accountability than you thought. The recovery speed is what separates achievers from dreamers. How quickly can you dust yourself off and try again? Work on shortening that time frame. Share your failures with others. Nothing defangs shame faster than bringing it into the light. Plus, your openness gives others permission to be human too. Remember that failure in one area doesn't define your worth. In all areas, your project might have tanked, but that has nothing to do with your value as a person. The ultimate secret? Expect failure. Plan for it. When you see it as a normal step rather than a devastating end, you've already won half the battle. Building your success framework. Creating effective daily habits. Success doesn't just happen overnight. It's built one day at a time through consistent actions that become habits. Want to know the secret of high achievers? They don't rely on motivation alone. They build systems that make success almost automatic. Start small. Seriously. Trying to overhaul your entire life at once is a recipe for burnout. Instead, pick one or two key habits that will move the needle toward your dreams. Morning routines are game changers. The first hour of your day sets the tone for everything that follows. Whether it's meditation, exercise, or focused work on your biggest goal, protect this time fiercely. Stack new habits onto existing ones. Already brush your teeth every night? Use that as an anchor to attach a new habit, like reading 3 pages of a book or writing in a gratitude journal. When you miss a day, and you will, don't beat yourself up. The never miss twice rule is your best friend here. One slip-up is an incident. 2 becomes a pattern. The importance of accountability partners. Going solo is tough. Know why most New Year's resolutions fail by February? No accountability. A good accountability partner isn't just a cheerleader. They're the person who calls you out when you're making excuses. Choose someone who understands your goals but isn't afraid to deliver tough love. Weekly check-ins work better than vague someday follow-ups. Set a regular time to review progress together and be specific about what you'll discuss. The best partnerships are two-way streets. When you're responsible for someone else's progress too, you're less likely to slack on your own commitments. Can't find the right partner? Join communities built around your goals. Online groups, local meetups, or professional organizations all offer built-in accountability structures, measuring progress meaningfully. Numbers don't tell the whole story of your journey, but they tell an important part. Track what matters, not what's easy to measure. Website traffic feels good to watch grow, but customer conversions pay the bills. Reading pages is nice, but applying what you learn transforms your life. Progress isn't always linear. Some weeks you'll crush your goals, others you'll barely move the needle. This is normal. Success looks more like a jagged line than a perfect diagonal. Create a personal dashboard with 3 to 5 key metrics that truly reflect progress toward your dream. Review it weekly, but analyze trends monthly to avoid the emotional roller coaster of daily fluctuations. Celebrate process victories, not just outcomes. Completing that difficult call you've been avoiding deserves recognition, even if it didn't immediately lead to your desired result. Adjusting strategies without abandoning goals. The path to your dreams rarely looks like the one you first mapped out. Smart dreamers pivot. Quitters abandon ship. Know the difference. Changing your approach doesn't mean you've failed. It means you're learning. When results aren't coming, ask yourself, is the goal wrong or just the method? Often, you're on the right track but using the wrong vehicle. The 70% rule helps avoid perfectionism. When your new strategy seems about 70% right, that's enough to start. You can refine as you go. Decision paralysis kills more dreams than bad decisions do. Making a choice, even an imperfect one, creates momentum that standing still never will. Build reflection periods into your journey. Monthly reviews help. You spot what's working and what needs adjustment before you waste time on ineffective strategies. From inspiration to implementation. Practical steps to transform ideas into action. Ever had a brilliant idea that never saw the light of day? We've all been there. Turning inspiration into reality isn't magic, it's method. First, grab a pen and paper. Write down your idea in concrete terms. Not get healthier, but walk 20 minutes daily. Specific goals have power. Next, break it down into tiny steps. Want to write a novel? Start with write 300 words daily rather than finish book by June. Then create accountability. Tell someone about your plan or find a partner with similar goals. When someone asks, how's that project going? You'll want a good answer. Set deadlines, even artificial ones. Our brains respond to time constraints with focus and energy. Finally, remove friction. Want to exercise in the morning? Sleep in your workout clothes. Making the first step easier increases your chance of taking it. Time management techniques. For goal achievement. Your dreams deserve space on your calendar. Period. Try time blocking. Dedicate specific hours to specific tasks. Don't just say, I'll work on my business idea sometime. Schedule. Business development. Tuesday, 6 to 8 p.m. The Pomodoro technique works wonders for many. Work intensely for 25 minutes, then take a 5-minute break. 4 cycles earn you a longer break. This keeps your brain fresh and focused. Learn to say no. Every yes to something irrelevant is a no to your dreams. Guard your time like the precious resource it is. Batch similar tasks together. Answer all emails at once. Make all phone calls in sequence. Your brain works more efficiently when it doesn't constantly switch gears. Balancing multiple aspirations effectively. Juggling dreams isn't impossible. It just requires strategy. First, recognize that not every goal needs equal attention every day. Some projects need daily attention, learning a language, while others can progress with weekly focus, planning a trip. Create theme days. Maybe Mondays are for creative projects, Wednesdays for learning new skills, and weekends for family goals. Use the one main thing approach. Each day, decide on the single most important action that will move your biggest dream forward. Do that first, before life gets in the way. Keep a visible dashboard of your various goals. A simple spreadsheet or bulletin board works. This prevents dreams from falling through the cracks. The power of incremental progress. Small steps create massive change over time. The math is simple but powerful. Improving just 1% daily means you're 37 times better by year's end. That daily walk, those few pages read, that short practice session, they're building something significant. Track your progress visually. Our brains love seeing growth. A simple chart showing your consistency creates momentum. Celebrate tiny wins. Finished that difficult phone call? Learned 3 new words in Spanish? Take a moment to acknowledge it. Your brain releases dopamine, strengthening the habit loop. When you hit plateaus, and you will, zoom out. Look at where you were 6 months ago. Progress isn't always visible day to day, but it becomes obvious over time. Remember, transforming dreams into reality isn't about dramatic overnight change. It's about showing up consistently and taking one small step after another. Celebrating milestones on your journey, recognizing progress boosts motivation. The journey from dream to reality isn't a straight line. It's more like hiking up a mountain with varying terrain. Sometimes you're making visible progress, and Times it feels like you're stuck. But here's the thing about motivation. It feeds on progress. When you notice you've climbed higher than before, something clicks in your brain. Hey, I'm actually getting somewhere. Your brain releases dopamine when you recognize achievement, giving you that natural high that makes you want to keep going. Even tiny wins count. Moved from 5 to 6 push-ups? That's progress. Finally understood that complex concept? Progress. Try this. Make your progress visible. Use a journal, app, or simple wall chart to track where you started versus where you are now. The visual proof of your journey works wonders. How to reward yourself appropriately. Finished a tough milestone. Don't just move to the next one. Pause and celebrate. The trick is matching rewards to achievements. Achievement-size reward examples. Small wins, a favorite coffee, 30 minutes of guilt-free relaxation. Medium milestones, a movie night, new book. Dinner out, major achievements, weekend getaway. Significant purchase you've been eyeing. Avoid rewards that undermine your goals. Completed a week of healthy eating? A massive sugar binge isn't the right reward. Choose celebrations that honor your journey, using achievements to fuel further growth. Past wins are like rocket fuel for future challenges. When doubt creeps in, and it will, your achievement collection becomes your evidence cabinet. I wasn't sure I could run 5K either, but I did that. So maybe this new goal is possible too. Smart achievers use each success as a stepping stone. After celebrating, ask yourself, what skills did I develop getting here? How can I apply these to my next goal? What's the natural next level? Your achievements aren't just trophies, they're tools for building confidence and capability. The importance of reflecting on your journey. Reflection isn't just looking back, it's extracting wisdom from experience. Set aside time monthly to ask, what challenges did I overcome? What surprised me about the process? Who helped me along the way? What would I do differently next time? This isn't about dwelling on the past. It's about becoming the author of your story, rather than just a character in it. The patterns you notice during reflection become your personal success blueprint. And sometimes, you'll realize you've come much further than you thought, which might be the biggest motivation boost of all. Turning dreams into reality requires more than wishful thinking. It demands motivation as the driving force. Throughout this journey, we've explored how understanding your dreams creates a foundation, while motivation serves as the catalyst that propels you forward. By breaking through barriers, building a personalized success framework, and transforming inspiration into tangible action, you position yourself for triumph. Remember that each milestone deserves celebration as a testament to your progress. Your dreams are uniquely yours, but the path to achieving them follows universal principles of persistence, motivation, and strategic action. Start today by identifying one dream and the motivation behind it. Then take that first step toward making it your reality.